Welcome to the Husbandry Pro stream. Thank you for joining us, everybody. So today I'm Alvaro Clover's Reptiles, and I'm going to be going with you guys talking about how to set up a breeding plan with Husbandry Pro. So, I've been using Husbandry Pro since the beginning of me keeping reptiles, or like I say, once I had a more than two or three, and it has been such a great tool for me. I try to tell all my friends to make sure they join Husbandry Pro, and I talk about it in the shows and stuff like that. Just because it has been such a great tool, like I said, for me, it keeps me organized, and it's the best that I've used out of any of the like husbandry or record keeping software apps and stuff like that. I think I did start and use like a local phone app at the beginning when I had one or two. But then once I heard about Husbandry Pro, I made the switch. So hopefully you guys do make the switch as well. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys put a comment in. And as I go through the was it called breeding a breeding setting up a breeding plan, let me know if you guys have any questions. We're going to go step by step on how to do it. So let me know, guys. Drop a comment down below if you guys are watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, to Husbandry Pro channel. Also subscribe to my channel, Close Reptiles, that I have. I do a monthly podcast and just do some general vlogs on keeping Western hognose. And that's the main species I keep, Western hognose. This is my second breeding season, and both breeding seasons I have used Husbandry Pro, and I wouldn't do it any other way. So, like I said, if you guys are watching tonight, drop a comment, say hi, and let me know how many of you guys that are watching are using Husbandry Pro, or are you just interested in Husbandry Pro and maybe are here to see if you should take the leap to join. And down below here in the banner, if you guys want to take the leap today and try it out, use Clover 60 to get 60 days free trial. No credit card information is required. You just need an email, send it up, and then they'll give you a 60-day free trial to try all the bells and whistles of Husbandry Pro. And I'll tell you guys, if you try it, I tell everybody, you won't regret it, and you're gonna get hooked on it. And it's a good thing, right? So let me say how's everybody doing today? TNA Snakes, Anthony, thanks for joining us today. How's it going tonight? The Caffeinated Lizard, thanks for joining us. Chantel, Pacific Rim Serpents, thanks for joining us tonight. Arctic Morph, how's it going? Thanks for joining. All from Alaska. Nice. I like seeing people from all over the country and all over the world join our Husbandry Pro. We got the man himself, Billy Mutant Creations, one of the main guys behind Husbandry Pro. Thanks for joining us tonight, Billy. All right, guys. So we're doing these episodes with all the partners, and then the first episode was with Robert and Billy talking about how they started Husbandry Pro and what would I say the idea of starting it. And I think that was a great episode, good insight to seeing how Husbandry Pro started and where it's going. So before we jump straight into the breeding plan, I'm gonna that's one of my favorite what's called features of Husbandry Pro. So I decided to do my episode on that. Um, Another couple of features is record keeping of animals. Once you start breeding and being able to sell your animals that you're breeding, you can send detailed records to all your customers, and customers love that. I know I love when I get all the info about an animal that I'm getting into my collection: feedings, parents genetics, sheds, anything you want to keep track of, you can keep track of. So that's another great feature. The incubator feature is another one. The rack system is another one. But I can go on and on about the features that I like. Let me see. And let's participate, guys. This is an open forum. ask questions about any feature that you have. Like I said, I'm going to do the breeding plan, but if there's anything, other features that you guys have a quick question of, I can get a quick answer. And drop down in the comments, what's your favorite feature of Husbandry Pro that you have been using? Let me go here. So I'm going to bring up the, hold on, share screen. There we go. All right. So this is my setup here. Um, this is my dashboard. I like the dashboard. This is the stuff that I use most often. Um, what's it called? The breeding plans is what I'm going to cover today. Incubator is another part that I really enjoy. The animal list and the browse racks, and then the QR scanner. So that's my stuff. And like I said, I like to show you guys how I have my stuff set up, my feeding reminders, my breeding plans, my racks, and then a little schedule here. And then, feedings of most recent activities and stuff like that. So let's get into this breeding plan. So as you guys see here, we have last year's breeding plan. So that's another great part is you have all your records in one place. They don't go anywhere. So we have that going on. And another great part that I like about Husbandry Pro, it's ever evolving. Some people talk about, or sometimes the decision to go and use Husbandry Pro is that it's a monthly membership instead of a one-time purchase. Well, and the reason it is, and I've seen it that way. I haven't even, talked to Robert or Billy about this, but the way I see it is, why is there a monthly charge? And it is because there is an ongoing, um, maintenance, updates, and it does take a full staff to be able to do that. And when I send support tickets and stuff like that, it get usually answered within 24 hours. They're always open to ideas, and if you have an idea about using Husbandry Pro, if there's an activity, a new feature, send them a support ticket, and not just tell them what the idea is, but why the idea will work. And they're more than open ears to seeing the ideas. So let's view the what's it called? The last year's plans. So as you guys can see, we have last year we had, I think, was it 8 females breed. We had males to certain females, and this is last year's plan. So it was really cool that you guys see all the information that was inputted here from the pairings, and I actually saw locks, so logged in copulations. And with Western Hognose, since we don't use, what's it called? How can I explain? Since we don't use um, ultrasound machines and stuff like that, we pair, at least most people, pair until the animal's ready to lay. And so once you see those big ovulations, that's when you know we stop pairing, and you see the animals building a pretty good what's it called good eggs and stuff like that. And as you see, and then sometimes we will pair again when there is certain parents that maybe I want to double clutch. Sometimes I will pair again, like here, we had a reproduction last year, and then I paired 2 more times, well, 3 more times, and then we got a double clutch. And that's just a fail safe to be able to try to get a second clutch. So that is a overview of what it looks like. And I did catch ovulation here, and a pre-lay shed. So that looks like an overview of what the what's it called, um, the breeding plan looks like. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna start a new one, and we're gonna add breeding plan. Select season. We're gonna do 2024, and I do have some Samboas. So these are drop downs. Doesn't look like for some reason it doesn't look like it's showing on drop downs, but here on the drop down, let me see, guys, if I can see the drop downs. I want you guys to be able to see the drop downs and see if I open it up here, I can get you the drop downs. Let me go here. Okay, breeding plans, add breeding plan. So season 24, Western hognose. See, no, it's not going to work like that. I'm going to have to do it on a different screen and share that screen. There we go. Okay, for some reason, not showing the drop downs on the share screen, but we're going to keep going. So I select Western hognose from that drop down. I guess we can allow multiple species, but we're not doing multiple species breeding plan. And if I was breeding, when I get to the point of breeding multiple species, I'm just going to do 2 separate breeding plans for that year for each species. I think it will get for myself. It'll probably get too confusing having multiple species under one breeding plan. And we're going to put here Husbandry Pro HP demo. The description, and we'll put active. Save changes. All right, easy enough. We got a new breeding plan right here. So there we go. All right. So we have Zach in the building. Thanks for joining, Zach. Zach had the last episode with Holly about building labels. That one's a really good episode because it is there. It sometimes it does take time to try to figure out. I remember when I first started using it and there wasn't as much training and stuff like that. It did take some time. So having these videos and trainings and stuff like that, it's really really helpful. All right, so let's go and view the breeding plan. So as you guys see, we don't have anything here, any breeding plans. So show all animals. We'll show you all the animals that are in breeding plans. And then you can show the public, display to public. So that means it will show up on my Husbandry Pro store as well. And people can follow your breeding plans. Display on my user and store pages. Yes. So that's really cool, that people can, if you want to share your breeding plans and you want people to follow, there's some projects that people are very excited about and they want to know what's going on with those projects. You can share it to the public on your Husbandry Pro store and it's easy access. All right. So the basis of this, first you have to add your males. So you search your male here. And I was thinking about tonight and what pairings am I going to put together? Do I put the pairings that I had this year? Or I said, let's play around a little bit. Let's think about future down the road pairings that I want to see in the future and just to mess around and see some stuff. So we're going to add the male. The first male is going to be a Swiss chocolate visual male that we have. All right. And if you guys are hognose enthusiasts and stuff like that, let me know. What would you guys like a Swiss chocolate to be paired to? So the great part is you can add more than one female. So you add the male. So let's add all of our males first, and then we'll add the females. What else do we have? We have a Arctic coral male. Or let's see, the Arctic. So lavender, albino. Here we go. Actually, I know his ID number 2307 dash. Here we go. So there's an anaconda albino male. There we go. We're gonna add that guy, and then let's add one more male. Let's see what we think about what to add here. Let me look in my hold back rack right quick, and we'll add 23 dash 23-02 dash 03. Okay, so we got some stuff here. So now we can add females to the project here. This is okay. Got to search the female. So let's search a female. Let's see. There we go. Add the female here. So I'll ask you, when do you want to start recording the activities for that female? And we're going to record the activities starting today, so 6/5. If for some reason you started pairing, or and you're just getting to add the pairings and building the plan, you could backdate it, right? But today we're going to add today's date. And this female is a super anaconda, extreme red. That's a line bred trait. Purple line, another line bred trait. Albino, possible het Azantic to a Swiss chocolate. All right. Let me see if I can find this other male. Let's see, mix. That's why did this close a little smaller? Okay. So we're gonna add, and this is gonna be, let's see what else we're gonna add here. We have a toffee male. Let's add another male here. So, and let's take this male out here. We have a super Arctic toffee belly male. And that male will go to a super Arctic where is it? Het lavender. So give me a second, guys. Why I'm able to find these females here. AQ 24. We're gonna do this Arctic coral female there. These are, breeding plans for the future and stuff like that. And like I said, guys, if you have any questions while I'm going through this, make sure to stop me and ask a question if you guys have a question. And then we have, we're going to add that female there. Same thing. So this female is an Arctic albino lavender to a super Arctic toffee belly. And then let's take this male out. And let's add one more male here. And we're going to go through the process of that. And we're going to do so we have, what else? Other males that we have. We have a These are some of the names that my daughters give our snakes. It's funny. So that's another thing. You could search by ID, you can search by name, or you can search by genetics for the males or the females, and bring up what you want to see. What I like to do also is add descriptors, shorthand descriptors to each animal, so it's another easier way to find them too. So let's go anaconda. Oh, there we go. Just searching it. So a toffee belly anaconda het sable. And I'll go sable. And let's see. We'll do Conda Mai Tai female. Save changes there too. All right. So we have 3 pairings here that, for the future we're planning. And like I said, all these pairings here, um, right now they're juveniles, they're, year olds and stuff like that. So there aren't in my actual breeding plan today, but let's play for the future. Let's plan for the future and figure out what we're going to do. And, we'll mess around with this stuff. So like I said, you can add more than one female. So let's add another female here. Search your female. Let's put sable as well. And let's see if I remember. There we go. Yeah, Arctic sable toffee belly. So make some Arctic Mai Tais there. And then to this male, we could also add, let's say we want to back up this female, AQ23-07. With this male, we could also add that female there, and then here, this number here will tell you that this female is slotted for 2 males in your breeding plan. If you hover over, I'll tell you the 2 males that it's slotted for. And then Swiss chocolate, why not? Like I said, guys, drop a comment. What would you guys like to see in a Swiss chocolate? Let's go Exantic. There you go. So we're going to pair it to a super anaconda Exantic albino female. So that male has 2 females. So each male has 2 females. And then one female is doubled because she's going to this male's going to back up this female in case, sometimes you pair up 2 or 3, one male to a female and he doesn't do the job. So it's always good to have a backup there. All right, guys. So we're there. Like I said, you can add 10 females to this list if you're doing other species, maybe like ball pythons or corn snakes or something like that, where you have one male that's going to, let's say, 5 females or something. You can add as many as you want. Now, you can hide the animal from your breeding plan. You can change the public settings. So if you want to show to a public store or not, you can remove it from there as well. What else do we have here? End activity start date, edit. So you can change if you, like I said, if you want to backdate it or if you want to start it, let's say starting next week, you're just setting this up right now to be able to start it. You can start it next week. All right, guys. So we have the genetics here. These white line geckos have been gone. Oh, yes. Yeah. So now let's go through the tabs that we have here. So it shows you weights here. Definitely, I need to update some of my weights on my holdback stuff. But it does show you weights here. And that's the simple information. Another thing here is you can go to settings. You can show the current weight or not. Let's click off and save changes. So remove their weights if you don't want to see weights. See what else you have here. automatically hide animals on breeding plans. So once the female lays, if you have an animal that only lays one clutch a year, or has a species that will say that you only lays one clutch a year, you click that on, and it will remove that female once she lays, and you've logged in a clutch, a reproduction. Um, for myself, it's off because hognose can lay two, and sometimes even three clutches a year. And then show animal descriptor. We'll turn it on, save changes, so you guys can have an idea as well. So this is my descriptors: Conda Mai Tai, Toffee, Anaconda, Anna Het Sable. So those are some of my descriptors that I have easy to find. And show animal genes on or off. Excuse me. So, guys, and if you guys see me watching here, it's because I have my other screen right here next to me that I'm sharing. And you can turn off, and we'll go through all that stuff and show you guys. Maybe you want to see a condensed version. You don't want to see the genetics. Personally, I need to see the genetics. Even though I know the animal, what it is, I like seeing the genetics, especially, with the genetics being color coded. So, blue here is incomplete dominance or codoms, and pinks are what's it called, visual recessives, so homozygous recessives. Oranges are heterozygous recessives. So our Arctic is another incomplete dominant, and purples here are line bred traits like extreme red, that exactly what it sounds like. It makes an albino extremely red, and then purple line as well enhances the like the maroon colors in albino, and other genetics, other recessive like color morphs that you put into um, what's it called, into hognose. And then we have here yellow is a possible het axanthic, and I believe this was a 66%, but it comes up, as possible het. And then actually no, this one was pos het. It was such a low percentage, so we put pos het. We have eggs in the incubator right now that should be hatching any day now. Hopefully we can once we see what pips out, we can change this Xanthic to 100% het. And then the incomplete dominance, that's a super. Show your super anaconda, right, for the genetics. So that's another cool thing about the breeding plan Husbandry Pro, that you get color coded and you can easily glance over and start identifying once you get used to the system. What other setting that we have here? Let's see. Display male column, yes, and female columns, yes. So we'll do that. Now we'll do genetic calculator. So this is another cool thing about Husbandry Pro and the plan, that it has a built-in genetic calculator. So we have here Toffee Belly, which is he's a visual recessive. Toffee Belly, this is the female. Actually, this is a male. Okay, so the male. Anaconda, so one copy of incomplete dominant conda gene, and then he's 100% het for sable. Paired to a female that's anaconda, sable, and toffee belly, so double visual with conda. So we have, the quick genetic calculator. 1 out of 4 will be anaconda toffee belly. So anaconda toffee bellies in hognose, we nicknamed it Mai Tais. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I totally agree. The versatility. It's another great part is that the line bred traits, as you guys saw, like purple line, extreme red. I was able to go in there when I set up my hognose and um, customize certain genetics. I even customized certain genetics that Husbandry Pro had at the beginning. That what was it? I think it might have been listed as dominant, where now, or it might have been listed, as a dominant trait, where now we see it as a line bred trait and stuff like that. But as I was talking to Robert earlier today, was now that especially in hognose, we're starting to see more new genetics starting to pop out, especially this year. There's going to be a new gene coming out. He told me, just send the ticket over, that there's a new genetic, and if we need to add it, we'll add it. As long as it's legit, recessive, and they're proven out, or incomplete dominant, we'll add it to it. They're not locked into saying this is all we have and that's it. As long as it's coming from a trusted source, they will be able to update that stuff. So like I said, the calculator there, and we'll go through the calculator for each pairing. Here we have a large possibility. Wall climber reptiles, better late than never. So thanks for joining. Christy, rockin' reptiles, thanks for joining us tonight. We're in the beginning stages of going through the breeding plans and setting it up. And so basically calculator here, this is all future pairings that I have in mind. So, create some Arctic Anaconda Mai Tais, create some hets, all that good stuff there. So we have a super Arctic toffee belly to a Arctic coral. So we're going to get super Arctics and Arctics within this pairing, and it's going to be triple het for toffee belly, het albino, and het lavender. And then we have Anaconda sable toffee belly. Like I said, we'll back up. We're adding this female to this plan, since this is male is going to be the backup here. And we're going to get condas, all Arctic, that are going to be toffee belly. Everything's going to be toffee belly minimum. Everything's going to be Arctic toffee bellies, anacondas that are het for sable. So, outcrossing and creating new lines for that project. Now to the piece of resistance. This is the what's it called? The one that I'm really looking forward to is putting Swiss chocolate into this, some of this extreme red stuff. Trinity Herbs, thanks for joining. How's it going tonight? And again, for anybody that's joining, make sure you guys subscribe to the Husbandry Pro channel and hit the like button. If you guys have any questions about Husbandry Pro or the breeding plan that we're going through step by step, make sure to drop a comment down below and we'll answer your question. Also, if you guys are interested in trying it out tonight, starting to try it out, use Clover 60 to get a what's it called, a 60-day free trial. You don't need to input any credit card information, none of that stuff, to be able to join and at least start trying it out. And what I was told when I first started the trial was, put in a handful of animals, 2 or 3. Don't put in your whole collection, because you'll spend a lot of time putting your whole collection. If you have 20 animals, put in 10. Start using it with those 10. And then if you really like it, then once your free trial is about to end and you're going to sign up for the full membership, then add all those animals in and then fully track this. So you can at least get a good sense of how to use the program and on what the features are. And you get the full, experience, instead of spending your 30 or 60-day free trial just putting in animals. So Swiss chocolate is one of the newest. It is the newest gene that has come out in hognose, and it's a recessive visual. So beautiful, exactly what it sounds like. This is a chocolate colored animal. If you guys want to check it out, go to my Instagram and check that out. Welcome, Christy. Hoggies are the best. Like I said, I'm always say I'm partial. I'm biased to my opinion, but hognose are the best reptiles, best snake breed out there. So Swiss chocolate to a super anaconda extreme red albino purple line. So since she's super anaconda and it's incomplete dominant, all her babies are going to have conda gene, and there are going to be double het for albino and het Swiss chocolate. So one good thing here, and that's what I wanted to bring this, since this is extreme red here and purple line are a line bred trait, there's no really way how to calculate it into the Punnett square because those, there's no real genetic pass down to it. So it's like basically, I like to explain to people, it's just like a family trait that randomly passes down. And like, if you're have into hognose community has been very, very well good about line breeding certain traits, especially the extreme red, purple line traits into albinos and other lines of recessive lines genetics. So once you have babies that hatch and you can actually assess the babies and see if it's taking the extreme red or purple line color, then you can manually add it to the baby. So, but there's no Punnett square that will show it to you. And you could show legend. So, right, it shows you the legend here, CC, BB, and AA, and then the Punnett square. If you guys want to, if you guys are one of those scientific people that really want to, get down to the root of it, he'll show you the Punnett square as well. So it's not just a calculator that shows you what you're going to get. You get the full information and how you're getting to this result. So, another cool thing that I saw. All right, guys. So let's get back to it and let's see where's the gene here, right? Like something like this. Once you show the Punnett square and the legend, the Punnett square, it's a lot, So it's really cool to see that. So you have the delete options. So if you want to delete a female from it, you can. So let's go ahead and delete this female here. So I ask you. So that's another great question. Once you get to certain deletion or certain what's it called? Certain actions, it'll give you one of these warnings. Are you sure? Are you sure if you're gonna, be able to come up if you want to do this action? So let's cancel it for now, but you can delete it. Sounds good, Chrissy. Swiss chocolates, yeah. Like I said, I just did a post of the Swiss chocolate milk I have on my Instagram, so guys go check that out. Clover's Reptiles through all of the what's it called, social medias and stuff. Notes, so you can add notes. I don't know, anything you want to add, you can add notes. Like, I'm trying to think because anything that I want to record is part of the actions button. I'm trying to see what let's say, let's see, good behavior, or good breeding behavior. And save changes there, So like let's say we paired and I see that there's I introduce a male to a female, and with the hog nose, you'll see that twitching, motion they do. The female start, trying to get under the male. The male will start riding the female, and basically that that dance that they do and that courtship. So if I see that, maybe I want to add the note. But somebody did have use notes to record like power outages. That's good. Yeah, that's really cool. If there was, a power outage, or let's say there was a storm, because I know we talked about like when there's storms, there's good breeding behaviors, there's good it's the perfect time to start pairing. Let's say there were storms, but that's another thing too. If you really want to track storms, you can what's it called? You can record a you could add a custom action and record storm and probably just put in the date when there was a storm. So that's what I'm saying. Like this post activity thing is such, like, there's everything, So let's get to that. Actually, let's close this because that's the main focus of the breeding plan that we're going to go through. Okay, info. So if you're recording follicle size, the last follicle dates, so male genetics, female genetics, the location. Here's another great thing. If you want to, if somebody else, let's say you have a employee and they have a login, and, I know exactly where all my snakes are. I know exactly the female and I know exactly where it's at. But if I have somebody helping me here and they need to go check if there's, let's say we're checking for eggs or we're checking if there's a lock, they can go in there and see exactly what rack, what row, and what column it is in, you know. And then again, you could change to for the female. So the male here, guys, the male here is you don't record any actions on the male. You record all the actions on the female. So let's go post activities. So you can do a quick view of, you know, information that the females happened here with whatever the female. So you see all the feeding. So that's all the actions that I've recorded since it's just a young female. And you record anything for regurgitated food, right? You can put in the date. So let's say you fed her last night, and then, or let's say you fed her Monday, you went and checked today, and there was a regurg. Add a note, boom. You can even take a picture and add a reference if you took a picture of the regurg. You know, like I said, as much information as you want to put in, it will take it. Refuse food. So let's go. Um, it's taken right now. Pinkies. So we'll save changes. Boom. So now, how we added that feedings are not going to show. I'm here pointing my finger at the screen. Feedings are going to show here because it's not important information to the breeding. So let's post a breeding what's it called? Pairing. So here we go. And this is what I record on my end. And today's date, if I'm going to pair, and here's another thing too, you can use a scanner. If you have your QR codes, you can also use a Bluetooth scanner connected to your iPad or connected to your computer and scan certain things. Do you want to set a reminder? So you can set a reminder to pair, let's say 2 days, right? Again, more additional information. So we're going to set, let's not set reminder, but let's say save the pairing. Boom, pairing. So today you introduce these animals. So let's do pairing again. Save changes. So actually, this male is being paired to this female, so you couldn't pair, but um, we paired since this male is already being paired today. The system didn't give me the choice to pair to this male. So we paired to this male, right? Now, back again here, pairing, and save changes. Now, some of these actions you can set as quick actions. So it's quicker to go. I said, Christy, you go add the what weather was like outside during locks. Some believe in barometric pressures makes for sexy time. I totally agree. Yep. Yeah. And, if you don't want to add a full, what's called a full action, if you don't want to add a custom action, you can just add notes. But if you are, tracking that weather and you want to track, or let's say rain chambers and stuff like that for frogs and stuff, you can add as an activity as well. Or notes that could detail female intros, especially more aggressive species, so you can remember if a female might be an issue in the future. Yes, yes, especially for hognose. Some females, when they are in that breeding mode, they're always hungry, and there has been occasions where a female will eat a male. All right, I've done like female sentient, male not interested. This may happen a lot when you get new males that aren't ready to breed yet, but I want to know the female was receptive and ready. Yes, that's a great Zach. That's a great what's it called note there, because later on next year you can try a different male or try a different male this year. But if maybe next year you don't have a male, you wait till next year instead of saying, "Oh, the female's not being receptive." That that last year the male wasn't working out. All right. So, and like I said, guys, we're gonna try to keep this down to about an hour and a half. So let's get through some of these. Um, what's it called? So again, if we pair tomorrow, tomorrow, we're living in the future today. So you have another pairing. So I paired, um, and then let's see. You see a lock. You see a lock. Boom. So you saw a lock. You can log that in and keep an eye. So it's good. I like seeing log it in and trying to see as many locks just so I have an idea of how long between when I saw a lock and how long to the time frame of the female's lay. So we can scan QRs and log the parents from the phone, super fast and convenient. Yep. Yes. Yeah. And as you guys saw, if you guys didn't see, go to the previous episode 2 with Zach and Holly, and they showed you guys how to make labels, and those you can do QR codes and scan and do all that stuff. I know super off topic, but where do you find the yearly subscription prices? I have friends who are interested but want to pay a year in full. Um, Zach, if you are still here, drop a comment below where they can go see the or a link if there's a place where they can go check out the yearly subscriptions pricing. Because I know there is a yearly subscription price when you pay up front. Because you do get a savings off of it. All right, guys. So let's see, or let's say we saw a ovulation on this female. States, if you want to know, I don't have follicle size here, but there's also I don't have follicle size, but there is a follicle to be able to record follicles. But let's say you saw ovulation and you want to record um, a follicle, you can do that as well. And now let's get to what we want to see after we're pairing. We go to a prelay shed, save changes, boom, prelay shed. And then prelay shed, let's say 8 days later, we see eggs. So we see prelay shed today, and let's do 7 days later, we see a clutch, a reproduction. Now, right, this is where we want to get to the point of the breeding plan, seeing everything. So clutch number. Let's go to the way I did it this year was 24-1. So year 24, clutch 1. And again, you can show it on your public Husbandry Pro page, your public store. Number of eggs, total number of eggs. So let's say 10 eggs. That's a nice, good clutch. Actually, let's go with 15 eggs. That's a good size clutch for hognose. And we got 12 viable eggs. So 12 eggs that look like they have good embryo, nice calcification, and 3 that were slugs. None of us like to see slugs, but it's part of it. Estimated date. Let me see. I know there is. I don't know why is it not showing estimated hatch date. Usually, there is a time frame of like 55 days that I have automatically saved on my what's it called on my system, but it's not showing me today. So let's say 55 days will be, let's say about, say it's August 5th. So June, July, August. Well, we'll go 60 days. I like 55 days. So let's go around 60 days. Female weight. So, if you took a weight of the female before, I like to, before the eggs and stuff like that. But I always weigh my females after they have laid. So let's say this female laid, was weighing 200, 300 grams before laying and was weighing, let's say, 220 grams after laying. I never weigh my eggs. I know certain people do. You could also add the egg weight. I leave it open and then any notes, right? Let's say there's a, one egg or egg bound. Let's say, let's add no egg bound. Maybe she laid 15 eggs and there still might be, looks like there's one egg left. Okay, so Zach, put it up, go to main page and scroll down about halfway on the Husbandry Pro website. And save changes. Boom. So now we have a reproduction. And you hit info. Let's see. And we're not going to get into it today, but you go to the incubator and you will see that clutch. Somebody else, one of the other partners are going to cover incubation and all the stuff that you can do with incubator, with the incubation period. Let's see what other breeding, what's it called? What am I trying to say? Breeding activities that we can add. But even if it's not breeding activity and you did feed your breeding, let's say you're breeding females today, you can go in and feed off of these off of these actions. Or if you go to the quick view, go to this quick view, and now we saw that there was a reproduction here on the 12th, right? And clutch number of total eggs, viable eggs, bad eggs, sire ID, the hatch date, and the weight of the female. And it also shows you weight because it logged in that weight. So all that stuff there. And then, like I said, you can go, we got the whole full process here. And next year you can come down and, before let's say you had a very good success rate with one female and a male and you want to redo the pairing, you can go review, especially if you have a large list of animals and you couldn't remember exactly, but you had an idea. You can go and view your last year's plan because it's saved here forever and review it. So let's say reproduction, right? We have reproduction, and I want to try to get, maybe, maybe solidify another what's it called? Another pairing. So let's give her, we're gonna feed her up, give her a couple of days off, and on Monday we're gonna repair her. So pairing. So as you guys saw that I did not hide my, I selected, what's it called? Automatically, I did not select automatically hide animals after breeding off on the breeding plan. So after they lay, because we can do multiple clutches. Now that we have a clutch, let's add that. Save changes. So now that female, where's the female? What happened here? Hold on. Add that. Interesting. Maybe because I added this info, it didn't hide it now. But let's see. Let's try to do with that after laying reproduction. So let's do 24-2. Actually, let's do that because I already have 24-2 in my system. 10 eggs. All 10 were good. 0 non-viable eggs. Hatch date. See, action date. We'll put the 8th. And then 60 days. Do around August 8th, all right? Female weight, 200 grams. No egg safe changes. Okay, interesting. It's not hiding the female. It's like I said, I've never used this what's it called feature because I'm always hoping to get a second clutch, or not always, but we'll have hoping to get second clutches. But this sometimes there is glitches, right? No system is perfect, but sometimes there is glitches, and if this is a glitch, maybe, then you can put in a support ticket, which is really quick here. Go support ticket, and it's basically like an email. You put the information on what's going on, and they'll check it out and have somebody usually within like 24 to 48 hours respond back to you. Um, Guys, 55 minutes in, and that's it doesn't take a lot to be able to do this plan. Um, Make sure you guys, if subscribe to the channel here, subscribe to Clover's Reptiles YouTube, go follow us on Instagram, and go check out our social media. And again, if you guys are interested in trying it out, or have friends that are interested in trying it out, go and give them a code Clover 60 so they can try it for 60 days. And then once those 60 days are you know up, they can go and sign up for the yearly subscription, so at least can get a taste of how it is. And like I said, a lot of times when you try it out, you're gonna fall in love with it, and you're gonna think, why, how can I have been doing having doing this before Husbandry Pro? Why didn't I do this earlier? Right. But I said, if you guys have any questions before we close out the night tonight, make sure to drop a question, or any other topic, any other feature that you guys might have a quick question about. Drop the question real quick in the comments and let us know. Um, and then, like I said, once you've done a reproduction, then my next, number two favorite feature is the incubator, and being able to see, you know, how long they're gonna be able to, how long they got the eggs going and stuff like that. So Zach said, 6/18. Is that next week? I'm trying to think. No, in 2 weeks. We have Shane Kelly of Small Time Exotics, if I'm not wrong, have created a clutch and converting them to animals. So basically, he's going to go right into the next step of how's this going. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys mark your calendars and come back for that. Even though I use this, every day, and I really do use this every day because I'm in my reptile room every day, and I log, like I said, feedings, sheds, especially for the hatchings that I have for sale. I try to log as much information as possible: sheds, feedings, any refused feedings. Let's say by mistake, I gave them a bigger size and they regurgitated the meal. I'll log that in just because I like to be able to offer that info to other people as well. That just ahead of me expecting eggs to hatch. Perfect. There we go. And that's another big thing that I preach to my friends, especially that have larger collections, is that how much um, time it cuts out of setting up hatchlings. And like I said, Shane's going to go through that with you guys. And I set a whole clutch up in a clutch of 20 hatchlings in about 5 minutes, if that. It auto populates a lot of stuff. So let me not get it too further in, because I'll spill the beans on that stuff. And then here as well, you have females that are not in the breeding plan, right? So you can easily check if you want to add a female, the what's it called? So you can add minimum weight, follicle size. You can filter there, and add different information. So descriptors are very important, and some of these animals are for sale animals. So there's no descriptor, but anything that I'm keeping, I try to keep a descriptor so it's easy to quick and find. And then also as well, males not in plan. And we got a good amount of males left over and stuff like that. And like I said, thank you guys for watching tonight. Any last minute questions, please let me know. And I think we covered pretty much everything. It's not too complicated. I think it's not complicated at all. It's really easy to use, really straightforward. And back to again, you go to breeding plans and you'll have all your stuff listed here. I guess, I have my inactive animals there listed. So, guys, again, thank you for joining us tonight. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good night.